My wife gave a massage to my mistress. What I saw shocked me. They had never met before.
I bet $50 he won't recognize you either.
As I turned out, my mistress introduced herself as my niece. And it worked. My wife hadn't visited my relatives in years, so I just pretended to recognize Olivia.
Just don't sell me out. Your wife will be offended.
I didn't understand what Olivia's plan was, so I was waiting for something to happen the whole evening. When my wife fell asleep, I went to the living room. And Olivia was waiting for me on the sofa, wearing seductive lingerie. Have you lost your mind? What are you doing here? Shh, shh. She disarmed me, and I moved closer to her lips. Suddenly, the lights in the room turned on.
Why is it so dark in here?
I was surprised, but Olivia was quick on her feet. She held a piece of paper and told Emma that I was helping her.
It's a casting scene. I came here to conquer Hollywood. I'm sorry I didn't tell you right away. I was afraid you'd laugh at me.
Surprisingly, my wife believed it. Then she hugged Olivia and told me not to go to bed until we finished rehearsing.
Don't be embarrassed about your dreams. I ended up here while chasing mine.
Finally, I started to benefit from the situation. What a night it was. Being with my mistress while my wife was sleeping in the next room. Just the thought of it blew my mind. The next morning, I learned that Olivia was not lying when she said she wanted to become an actress.
Uncle, can you take me to the audition today?
She had no idea that I exaggerated my status in Hollywood when we met. At the time, I portrayed myself as a super confident and influential producer. However, I was just the driver of a sightseeing train. Olivia was better off not knowing about it, because I wanted her to stay a bit longer at our house.
Oh, can we ride a little train?
Oh, that's for those who will never become stars. I used all my humble connections to get Olivia to every audition, but she was rejected over and over again. She was upset. I, on the other hand, wasn't. After all, that meant I could rehearse with her every night, behind my wife's back. At one point, Olivia told me that she wanted to leave.
I'm tired of this. Nobody likes me. Am I so useless?
She threatened to find herself another uncle if I didn't figure out a way to get her into Hollywood. I persuaded a friend to hire Olivia. He wasn't in the film industry, but you could see a film studio from the window of his office. That's for now, and we'll think of something later. Cheer up. After that, my friend told Olivia to bring her papers to the studio, and she saw my wife there.
Would you like to ride on a train?
It was one of Olivia's dreams, but I convinced her that doing it wasn't proper. However, my wife insisted on it, They sat down and put on their headphones. At first, they listened to the familiar text of the guide. Hollywood stories that make you sick, and how Hollywood is a special place where anyone can become an actor, blah blah blah. But all of a sudden, the audio guide went off track, saying things that I didn't expect.
Look around and you'll see a waitress who pretended to be a train driver's niece. He's also an actor because he pretended to be a movie director to get intimate with her.
That's how Olivia learned the truth. My wife arranged that whole show. As it turned out, she found out about my affair a long time ago and came up with a plan to get her revenge.
You forgot that all your connections are also my connections. I found out about everything as soon as you took her to our friends.
My wife handed me the divorce papers and left. I tried to save face in front of Olivia, but I couldn't. She soon returned to the same roadside cafe. I went there as well, but not as a customer, because my wife made sure I got fired and was left only with terrible references. Every lie has long legs that confidently walk a person into the abyss.